guys, my name is Lilly and today I would like to report about the situation here in Europe, and especially today's topic is the downfall of the social market, the social welfare system here in Austria. So the first article that I would like to report about is the debt in Austria, and here you can see that it actually turned out that we have a huge hole in the budget, double as much as they previously estimated. So instead of just having 6 billion of a budget hole, it's 12 billion. That's 100% more. And in the recent years the Austrian government has made so many debts that we now risk even getting consequences from the European Union. So the debts were made during the pandemic because of the lockdowns, because of all kinds of measures which maybe in the hindsight would not have been necessary, because of less taxes collected during the lockdowns, and also because of the war with Russia, because we do not get a lot of cheap energy resources anymore. So all of that is worsening the situation. Yeah, and because we have this tremendous deficit in the budget, now we have to reduce the deficit. And how can you reduce the deficit? It's either by saving at the social welfare state, which we have here in Austria, or it's either by raising taxes. Huge budget hole. Austerity measures likely to become stricter. Austerity is now the new buzzword in Austria. Austrians are likely to face even more stringent austerity measures than previously thought. Due to the persistent weak economy, this year's budget shortfall of up to 12 billion euros is twice as large as previously estimated. Therefore, billions of euros in additional savings are necessary to avoid an EU excessive deficit procedure. Deficit shock. Every Austrian citizen now has 42 grand of debt because our government has screwed up. Yeah, and what's the consequence of austerity? Here's the first one. Reform is overdue, expensive pension system. Austria will soon have to work longer. So a lot of people have worked all of their lives, they have paid into the system 45 years, but now they are saying that people have to go into pension later and later and later. I think right now it's 63 or something. As a reason for increasing the pension age, they are saying there's a rising life expectancy. They also say there's a declining birth rate. That's true. Budget problems, yeah, but that's not the fault of the pensioners, right? If you're in pension in Austria, a lot of people, they will not get, a whole lot of money. And I know a woman, she has rented a flat nearby my house, and in the beginning she paid like 850 euros and she got like 1,000 or maybe 1,300 pension, but now they have upped the rent to 1,250. So then this lady had to move out of the flat because she could not afford it anymore. So it's not as if you're getting a whole lot of pension in Austria and now they want you to work even longer. Also, Austrians apparently are increasingly suspicious of the healthcare system. And that's not a surprise, that actually is true, because right now, if you have troubles and your child needs surgery, they will not get a surgery within 1 year. It's crazy, okay? For children, small children, it's not too expensive. I know it myself because I have signed a contract with an insurance company for my baby boy. And when he was a baby coming from the hospital, that's the first thing we did. So we signed a private insurance contract, and that cost like 65 euros. And now, a couple of years later, it's 85 euros. So it's not too bad. But as an adult, it's going to become really expensive. So if you have troubles with your health and you want to have health insurance for yourself, if you have pre-existing conditions, it's going to be hundreds of dollars or euros a month. And this is the reason why a lot of adults are not getting private insurances, because they cannot afford it right now. And here's why Austrians doubt the social health care system in Austria. It's because the Austrian Health Insurance Association, so that's the association that we pay our tax money to. So if you are working in Austria, you have to pay social health care taxes. But still, they have a deficit of 900 million euros in 2025. So now they have to make cuts in administration, but also cuts in healthcare. So now, for example, for patients who want to seek out a specialist, they cannot, or they don't want the patient to go directly to a specialist because it's costing too much money. First, they want people or patients to go to a general practitioner. I don't know if this will save a lot of money, but yeah, whatever. Then there's going to be restrictions on medical transport. And then also from now on, you will have to pay your vitamin D test yourself, unless there's a medical reason why it should be examined. So actually I think that's a really bad measure, because a lot of people with low vitamin D, they are very sick and have all kinds of, all kinds of illnesses, and that will cause a lot of costs for the healthcare system. So it makes no sense to me to not test vitamin D for free anymore for people, because this is really important, and it will keep people healthy, and that will actually save money. Now this article here is very concerning as well when it comes to the healthcare system. So a woman had problems with her pancreas. The values were off the charts. So a specialist doctor has prescribed an MRT for this woman. But with the current guidelines, you need to wait 2 months apparently until you get an appointment for the MRT. So then she said, okay, I'm going to pay the MRT privately because I'm in so much pain and I'm anxious. So she got the MRT and paid for it. And the result was that she had pancreatic cancer, and she was immediately driven off to the hospital. She got a surgery and now she lives. So if she waited 2 months to get the MRT, she would have been dead probably. And then she wanted the money back for this MRT that she paid privately. So then she went to court, and actually she won the court case. So now they had to pay back her privately paid money for this MRT. See, and this is the problem with the Austrian healthcare system. A lot of people don't trust the system anymore because of newspaper articles like these. And the joke is, we are paying so much money for the healthcare system, but still we get shitty service. So here you can see an article how much taxes we pay in Austria. It's crazy. High tax rate, the tax truth. Austrians pay the most compared to other OECD countries. Austria now has the 5th highest tax and levy rate, which was 47% in 2024. Outrageous. Now patients face new cuts. Long waiting times, fewer doctors with statutory health insurance and family doctors. The healthcare system is ailing and many patients are feeling uncertain. The Austrian Health Insurance Fund must save whopping 500 million euros this year alone. Meanwhile, Austrians cannot afford a living anymore. Extremely alarming. Over 300,000 Austrians cannot afford to live, according to Statistics Austria. And another 1.5 million are at risk of poverty. The right-wing party is criticizing the government. They are saying while the coalition government is spending billions of euros on ideologically questionable projects and on illegal immigration, it is failing its own population. The rising cost of living, especially in rents and energy, is hitting low-income Austrians the hardest. Yeah, it's not only the low-income Austrians which are affected, but also we have many migrants from all kinds of European countries, for example. I know many people from other European countries who work here, who live here, who are great citizens, and they are also suffering from the policies right now. Next, while the government is trying to rip off the Austrian taxpayer and pensioners, the food is going to become even more expensive than ever before. So now they are saying even the cheaper food is more expensive than ever, plus 10%. Daily shopping is becoming a cost trap. Coffee, chocolate, tea butter, orange juice, depending on the product. Prices have risen by up to 72% within a single year. Consumers having to dig deeper into their wallets than ever before. Worrying development. Everything has become more expensive. Survey paints a bleak picture. More and more Austrians are feeling the impact of rising prices in their wallets. A new survey now provides figures on how much people already have to save. Energy, restaurants, supermarkets, rents, coffee. Inflation is hitting many sectors mercilessly. This is where the most savings are made. Food, furniture and vacations are the three areas where people are currently saving the most. Austrians are responding to the economic crisis with three typical behaviors: waiting for special offers, being more aware of them, and requesting offers more often. Next, more and more restaurants are closing down because of high costs, no staff, high food costs, high energy costs, and now they even want to tax the tips again. So it's no wonder why people are closing down their restaurants. Yeah, and then there's one interesting article from Germany that I would like to show you. It's about the Greens complaining that without an inheritance, it is hardly possible for young people to purchase their own home. Oh, really? Is it? The Greens are a fun party, I have to say, because at one hand, they support the destruction of the economy with the green policy, but then at the other hand, they realize that, hey, if I don't have rich parents, then I cannot purchase a house anymore because I cannot afford it. Yeah. So now even the Greens wake up and see, oops, maybe we should not destroy the economy because it will be very bad, not only for the economy, but also for the social system and for the healthcare system. So if you want those things, you need people with good income, you need a strong economy, and you cannot just destroy the economy and then say, oh, I cannot afford a house without an inheritance, really? Sometimes I think people don't think farther than the next day. It's really like this. It's crazy. Alright guys, so this is the news from Austria. Doesn't look that good. I don't know how long this will continue. But I think maybe if the war ends, the situation will get better. Maybe if we will get cheaper energy or something, you know, cheaper electricity or natural gas or something. But right now it doesn't seem that great. Alright, so this is it for today. Thank you for watching, guys, and if you want to follow me on Twitter, I have a Twitter news channel with the same content that I put up here on YouTube. So if you want to see that, follow me on Twitter. I will put the link into the description below. Thank you for watching, guys. Stay tuned till next time.